দেওয়া আছে তোমাদের এখানে কত করে ফি, লাইট অ্যান্ড সাউন্ড শো চার্জেস পার পার্সন তোমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছ। তো এখানে সাউন্ড আর লাইটের টাইমিংটা আমি তোমাদেরকে দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছি। ইংলিশ হচ্ছে 6:30 to 7:25 আর হিন্দি হচ্ছে 7:40 থেকে 8:35। তো আমরা এখান দিয়ে ঢুকবো। তো গেট এখনও খুলেছে, টিকিট কাউন্টার বন্ধ। তো টিকিট কাউন্টারটা খুললে আমরা ভেতরে ঢুকবো, তোমাকে দেখাবো। এটা হচ্ছে যাওয়ার জায়গাটা, লোক আসছে খুলতে। চলো টিকিট, তো তারপর ঢুকবো ভেতরে। তাহলে যাওয়া যাক ভেতরে। তো এইখানটায় লাইট অ্যান্ড সাউন্ড শোটা হবে। আমরা ওই গেটটা দিয়ে ঢুকেছি, গেটটা আলাদা, ওইখান দিয়ে ঢোকাটা একটা জায়গা দিয়ে। খুব সুন্দর লাগছে সানসেটে, তোমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছ, অসাধারণ ভিউ।
And consummate craft skills came together in a glorious effusion when craftsmen achieved an impeccable harmony of the material and spiritual. In my persona, I incorporate generations of skilled hands and dedicated hearts who came here at the invitation of the Chandela kings to build these magnificent temples. She was so beautiful that Chandra, the moon god, was captivated. He descended to earth and seduced her. As the first flush of dawn colored the sky, Chandra reluctantly prepared to return to his celestial abode.
My beautiful one, I must leave you now.
Oh, my lord, how shall I live without you?
You shall bear a son who will be a famous king and found a great dynasty called Chandela, Moonborn. He will immortalize the memory of our love.
A son? How am I to face the world? I am dishonored.
My beloved, our son shall build glorious temples to atone for our illicit love. But first, you must go to Khajuraho.
Khajuraho? What is this Khajuraho, my lord?
It is on the banks of the Karnavati river and is named for the golden khajurs, the date palms that cluster around the village and adorn its resplendent gate. A magical place with lush forests and lakes, where the musical call of 100 birds rise in sublime chorus, and wild animals rest under the shade of trees.
Bhavati traveled to Khajuraho, where she gave birth to Chandravarman, who it is said built 85 temples to atone for his mother's sin. History, however, tells it differently and ascribes the building of these superb temples to the Chandela kings between the 10th and 12th centuries.
Temple there in gratitude to Lord Vishnu, who guided our swords.
Oh, my lord, that will bring you great religious merit. The gods will be so pleased.
And so will the Brahmins. Prepare to march to Khajuraho.
Varman reached Khajuraho in ceremonial procession. Musicians led the glittering cavalcade of richly caparisoned elephants, contingents of cavalry, their lances glinting in the sun, and infantry soldiers with drawn swords. Drums rolled and heralds chanted the king's glorious titles.
Units. The chin should be half the forehead and the...
Enough. You've learned your lessons well.
But Guruji, how do we imbue the figures with life and vitality?
By working on the distribution of the body weight, my son. Study the 3 turns of the body in this figure. The head, is one direction, the torso turns in another, and the knee is bent.
Truly marvelous, Guruji. This Nayaka will appear as though she is about to step off the wall. But tell me, Guruji, why do we sculpt figures of women on temples?
Because it is written that as a house without a wife is barren, so too a temple without the depiction of female beauty will bear no fruit.
Tell me now, Guruji, of the figures of the gods.
Well, we first recall that the divine cannot be described. It is Neti, Neti, Neti. It is not this, not this, not this.
Once completed, it will outshine all that has gone before and will be such as can never be replicated.
We wanted you to build on a grand scale, but this surpasses our dreams.
You will notice, sire, that this temple has more chambers than earlier temples. It has 6 sections, and the roofs of each ascend in tiers to the spire above the sanctum.
Just like the Himalayas, the home of the gods.
Now the gold has balanced the king's weight.
Now that is enough. It is time for us to return to Earth. Distribute the gold, first to the Brahmins, and then scatter it in great handfuls to our people, in the name of our Lord Vishwanath and their king.
All hail to the king! All hail to the king! Maharaj Dhiraj Angadev ki jai ho!
And now, my beloved architect Chicha, come forward. I have no words to commend your supreme artistry.
Sire, to labor for our king in the glory of God is reward enough.
True, my friend. But some temporal reward is also called for. I gift you lands, the revenues of which will be yours and your descendants in perpetual remembrance of this glorious achievement.
Varahebhyo namaha.
That flutter from its hoofs.
Yes, my queen, and it is set like a jewel amongst the temples built by our forebears. Listen to the sounds of worship drifting from them in the evening air. Truly, they lift one's soul.
Samudhamasya padhum sureswaha.
Water from the 5 sacred rivers, flowers to represent the earth, incense to signify the wind. They proffered the sacred fire, while the priest rang bells to recall ether. Had passed.
Magnificent temples have been built at Khajuraho. My mind is struggling to create one that surpasses the others.
Guruji,
Let this one stand out for its sublime architecture. Let its proportions be perfect in every respect.
Yes, I like that idea. Let us develop it. I have it. This temple will be a symphony of form and line that will proclaim the glory of God.
It will stand out for its perfect geometry. Soaring vertical lines will be balanced by horizontal bands covered with hundreds of sculpted figures. Projections will be set off by recesses, and there will be an incredible array of moldings, offsets, and bands of carving.
Now, my brothers, for the final element, the keystone. The ropes are secure. Draw it up. Pull, my brothers, pull! Use every last ounce of strength. It is so heavy. I have to strain every muscle and sinew. Courage, my friend. Remember, we labor in the name of the Lord. Here it is. Now place it to the very top of the spire. Carefully, carefully. If it falls, it will crush us. That's it. That's it. It's done, my brothers. It's done. The temple is at last completed. Thanks be to God.
The chief priest approaches.
Sire, it is time to circumambulate the temple.
Yes, Gurudev. Let us proceed.
You will notice, sire, that the activities of everyday life are depicted here on the base. These are all aspects of life that we must view and transcend before we ascend the temple platform.
Hush! She has performed obeisance to the king and her guru, and now approaches the Lord.
The dance begins.
And as the volume of chants reached a crescendo, the sun touched the portals of the temples. T.S. Butt passed this way while mapping large tracts of central India.
Prepare for our departure, men. We leave at first light.
Sahab, before you leave, there is something that you must see.
What, my good man?
There are some temples in the jungle, Sahab.
Temples, eh? Very well. Let's have a look. There is not... Why? The man spoke truly after all. A hidden city of the gods. I must have a closer look. See if you can find a way up that wall, my man.
Yes, Sahab, come. You may climb up from this side.
What wondrous images. The sculptors have wrought magic with their hammer and chisel.
Yes, Sahab. And once these precincts were thronged with royal devotees, and the sounds of their worship rose to the heavens.
Thus, there was a man who performed the parikrama of the Lakshman temple, singing softly in ecstatic devotion to the Lord. To celebrate life in all its moods, to seek solace, to seek truth, to seek balance and harmony, to seek